This is Wade Elliott then, ahead of Barnsley away. Wade, you were a little bit frustrated last week. How much has a full week to prepare after losing to Peterborough sort of been useful at this stage of the season as you look to try and put things right?
I was pleased with like I said after the game, I was pleased with lots of aspects of the performance. The only thing we've really touched on this week is that you're never going to play as well as we did in the first half for 90 minutes. There's always going to be spells in games where you'll come under pressure and you'll be under the cosh a little bit. And it's just reverting back to your basics and sticking to the process when you do. So that's what we've reflected on in the week, and we've done a little bit of work around that and then pretty quickly turned our focus to Barnsley.
And you talked about the goals being soft, and obviously you'd want to tighten those up. Is that something that happens sort of naturally as players get more switched on into the season?
Yeah, hopefully, Paul. You could debate it for ages about why we conceded the goals we did, and is it the stage of the season, is it fitness, is it technical, is it tactical? You never put your exact reason on it. Your finger on the exact reason. Just keep doing the work that we do. Keep following the process. Keep reminding the players. Keep putting them in the same situations and that you think are going to come up in the games, and just keep doing the work. That's all. Certainly defensively, it's quite repetitive.
And as you say, another tough test at Barnsley this weekend. Another side relegated from the Championship last season, so it doesn't get any easier for you, does it?
No, and I think you've got to respect. They went to a really good team last week. Could easily have won that game, 3-2 or 3-1, and you have to respect that they've still got a squad full of Championship players, and as you say, yeah, the test certainly is probably similar to last weekend.
How strange will the feeling be facing Michael Duff in the opposite dugout?
Not really. I think you're used to staying football long enough. You're used to coming up against people that you've played with or that you know. So no, I'm looking forward to seeing him. He's my mate, and I've not seen him for a month or so. So it'd be nice to catch up.
And obviously he'll know all about Cheltenham, but you've worked under him. So does that, in a way, mean that you know more about how he works as a head coach than he knows about how you work as a head coach?
I think we both. He'll know our style of play. He'll know our players. We've done as much due diligence as we can on Barnsley. We've watched all the games. There are certain things that they try and do that you'll recognise from our own patterns and our own style of play. So it'll be a game where both clubs have a good understanding of what the others are about.
And he's made, I think, 11 signings since he's gone to Oakwell, so really putting his stamp on the team already, which I guess in a way makes it difficult at this stage of the season to know exactly what they're all about and what they might do.
Well, ultimately they've got good players, so they're a club that traditionally is at the top of this league or in the league above, so you have to respect that. And they've recruited to that aim. So yeah, regardless of what 11 they put out, they'll certainly be expected to be top players in this league.
Last season there were goals plenty at both ends for Cheltenham in their games. 5 goals in the opening day of the season. Is there anything that you can sort of put a finger on? Because I'm sure managers and coaches like to keep things tight, but is that just something that's going to happen against Cheltenham? Because teams will feel that they can have a go at you, and you'll have a go back, and that means goals.
Yeah, so get yourself down to Wadham Road. We've got goals in us. I think you've seen that over the past 12 months, and that was evident again on Saturday, that we'll make chances, and we've got people that can cause problems at the top end of the pitch. Traditionally, we've always been solid defensively, so if we can amalgamate the both, then we'll be in a good position.
On Saturday, you said you were talking to a player and you were hopeful for this week. Has there been any progress on that?
No, it's still ongoing. Yeah, I think it's been documented we're still in the market for one or two. So I think there'll be a few twists and turns in that over the next couple of weeks.
But nothing in before Saturday?
No, nothing imminent, no.
Injuries? How's Matty Blair's niggle? What's the latest?
Blairy's still waiting to see the specialist as far as I know. Apart from that, everybody's available.
Terrific. Thanks, Wade. Good luck.
Cheers, Paul.
Wade, you always used to have a kickabout with Michael on the pitch, didn't you, before games? Have you arranged one for Saturday yet?
No, I don't think we'll get away with that, John.
You said you obviously haven't seen him for a month, and he's a good mate. Have you spoken to him much since he took the Barnsley job?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've not spoken to him this week, obviously, because it would just be a stilted conversation. It would you'd be skirting around what you'd really want to talk about. So, no point in talking to him this week. But I've seen all the Duffs have been at the training ground this week, so can't avoid them.
Is that through Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy's been here with the academy. I think Jess was here as well, bringing him down. So yeah, we had to lock everything up, make sure they couldn't see anything.
Yeah. How would you say this week's been since the opening game in terms of the players? They're still hungry to put it right, or are you making sure they focus on the first half positives? You know, what have they been like this week?
I said to him after the game, we haven't trained for 1 game. We trained for 10 months. So they came back in at the start of the week and keyed straight back in, focused, trained at the same intensity they always do. And one thing we have got is we've got a brilliant group who train properly, are committed, train at a really good intensity, and one thing I know every week I can hang my hat on is that I'm going to get a performance out of them where they're going to work hard and they're going to be honest, they're going to be diligent. I like to think we've got a little bit of quality mixed in with that as well.
There were a couple of lads who started against Peterborough that probably were a little bit short of minutes. Ryan Jackson, obviously Alfie came through 90. Has everybody come through all right in terms of the legs and the no aches and pains this week? Too bad?
No, they're absolutely fine, and they will be better for the 90. So Jacko was always, that's Jacko's first minutes. So the plan was always, we probably pushed him 5-10 minutes longer than we would have planned initially. Same with Alfie. Alfie, ideally we wouldn't have given him the 90, but the way the game panned out, you want to keep him on the pitch because you need a goal. So, but again, Alfie will be much better for that. He played, last week he played Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. So he's really condensed his pre-season into 2 or 3 weeks, and he'll be much better for getting the 90 minutes and having a full week ahead of this one.
I'm not saying it's going to make any difference this weekend, but I think you have played at Barnsley quite a few times. I think you've had some good results there, haven't you? If you remember going there with a few different clubs, I think you have got a good record there.
You probably know better than me, to be honest, John. I don't remember. Yeah, I've played at Barnsley a fair few times. Off the top of my head, I don't remember getting beat. I think, yeah, generally I've done all right there. I like going there. It's a tight ground. Stands are quiet. They've just got one older stand, but the rest of them are quite tight to the pitch and they're on top of you. And I'm hoping it's a good atmosphere. I'm sure there'll be a few in. They obviously had a disappointment last year, and it's a new they've turned a new page. So I'm hoping they'll get a few in, and there'll be a lot of expectation around the place. It should be a decent atmosphere.
Just finally, Wade, you obviously appointed the first team coach before the Peterborough game. You've still got a couple more to install. Is that progressing? Are you close to adding anyone to your staff?
We're interviewing at the minute for the analyst. Obviously, we've got Dan still out the academy covering the goalie coach at the moment, so that's not as pressing.